Good afternoon, children.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
So we have completed in our previous class protection from weeds. Another very important step in practicing agriculture. So who will tell me what are weeds?
Ma'am,
Yes, Lynette. What are weeds?
weeds are the undesirable plants growing naturally along with the crops.
Very good. And why we should remove the weeds? Why it is necessary to remove the weeds? Pooja, why should we remove the weeds?
Ma'am, it is important because weeds compete with the cropland for water, nutrient space and all, and growth of the crop.
Okay. And Sridev, tell me another point why we should remove the weeds.
They can be poisonous for animals and humans.
Very good. They can be poisonous. And who is going to tell me some points how to remove the weeds? Nandana, tell me some methods of removing the weeds. Nandana, Sharath.
Ma'am, tilling the soil before sowing the crops.
Yes. Then one more method.
Then manually removing them.
Okay. Lakshmi, can you tell me one more method?
Using a seed drill.
Using a seed drill. There is a chemical which we can use, weedicide. Can you name a weedicide, Advait Murali?
2,4-D.
Very good. So you all have revised it nicely. Good. So let us learn about the next agricultural practice. Which is the next agricultural practice? Ritvik, which is the next one? We have completed protection from weeds. Don't check. Recollect and tell me. Now we have finished protection from weeds. What is next?
Abhiram present.
Yes.
Storage.
Who can tell me? Which is the next practice?
Ma'am, harvesting.
Harvesting. Ritvik, where are you? Which is the next agricultural practice?
Harvesting.
Louder.
Harvesting.
Harvesting. So let us learn more about harvesting today.
Ma'am,
Yes? Yes?
I'm at Leo present. Ma'am, at Leo present.
Okay. I've seen. Don't worry. So now let us learn about harvesting. Okay. First, we will see what is meant by harvesting. Harvesting is the cutting of the crop once it is matured. So once the crops are fully grown or once it is matured, we remove it. We cut the grains or we cut the crop. That is known as harvesting. The cutting of the crop after it is matured, or you can say the cutting of the matured crop is known as harvesting. So you can see the farmers cutting the harvest or doing or carrying out harvesting. So what do they have in their hand, children?
And
What
the
is
ready
this?
crops.
Crop.
Oh,
And the ready crops.
no, my question is which device on their hand you can see some device, some instrument. What is that?
Sickle.
Sickle. Very good.
Scythe.
And harvesting can be done manually using your hand with the help of a sickle, or else we have a
Scythe.
machine known as harvester. Harvester is a machine which is used for carrying out harvesting. Or if it is a small field, then we can go for harvesting manually using a device known as sickle. So I'll show you the picture of a harvester later. And even we have another device. We call it as combine. And the reason for calling it combine is it will do two activities. That is, one is harvesting and the other one is threshing. You will learn what is meant by threshing soon. And next we will be learning about threshing. But now for the time being, you just understand that this device known as combine can do both harvesting and threshing. Or else you can say it's a combined harvester and thresher. That is why we call it as combine. So see the picture of a combine. It can do both harvesting and threshing. So once again, we learned about harvesting now. What is harvesting? The cutting of the matured crop, or the cutting of the crop once it is matured is known as harvesting. And which are the devices used for harvesting? I mentioned about 3. First one, you can do it manually. If it is a small field, you can do it manually with the help of a sickle, which is more prevalent in our state. And if it is a large area, which is a large field, and it is impossible to complete within a short span of time, then you can go for a device, provided the farmers can afford it, harvester. And there is yet another device which is known as combine, which will do both harvesting and threshing. The picture of a combine which can carry out both threshing and harvesting is shown in the picture over here. Hope you have understood what is meant by harvesting and the names of 3 devices used for this purpose. Now, let us learn about threshing and winnowing. Already I told you that combine is a device which can carry out both threshing and harvesting. So you should now know more about threshing. So let's start with threshing and then we'll move on to winnowing. Okay. First is threshing. Let's see what is meant by threshing. The process of separating seed grains. The process of separating seed grains from the stalk. So take the case of wheat or rice. So we removed, or while harvesting, along with the stalk, grains attached to the stalk will be removed. And now we need to separate the seed grains from the stalk. And that is known as threshing. See, you can see in the picture a few ladies. This is what we were doing earlier, but now we have machines to carry out threshing, as I told in the case of combine. See what these ladies are doing with the stalks where the grains are attached. They are beating on some hard surface. So what will happen? What can you see there below where they are standing on the ground? What can you see? The grains and the stalks are lying separately. So what they do is, on some hard surface, they'll beat the stalks containing grains. So what will happen? The grains will get separated from the stalk. And then they'll remove out all the stalk or the other hay particles. And this method is known as threshing. And another method of doing threshing is, they'll spread these stalks with the grains on the floor, and holding on some support, they'll stamp on that with their legs. They'll using the legs, they'll try to separate out the grains from the stalk. That also were in practice earlier, but now we have machines to carry out threshing. Now threshing is followed by the next process, which is known as winnowing. So threshing, you should not get confused between threshing and winnowing. In threshing, what is done? We are separating the seed grains from the stalk. Now let's see what is winnowing. In winnowing, see what the lady is doing. She's standing on a raised platform, on a stool. She's standing, and in her hand the grains are there. So threshed grains. So after threshing, the grains are such with all the straw, hay particles, husk, all that. Along with that, those grains, she'll be pouring it from a height. Listen carefully. She will be pouring these grains which are not made free of all these hay particles and all. As such, after threshing, the grains collected will be poured like this. So what happens is, let me take the pen, children. So what happens is, all the husk and straw particles which are light, they are light in weight, they will fly and get settled far away. Whereas the seed grains which are heavy, they will get settled here, because heavier particles cannot fly like the lighter hay and straw pieces. So just like that, the seed grains cannot fly. So they get settled over here, whereas the lighter particles will fly and they will get settled a little far. Clear? So that was the technique which we used earlier. But now for winnowing also, we have machines. Winnowing is the process by which the lighter husk and straw particles are separated from the grains. So here you can see, just 1 minute, I'll erase the markings over there. So you can see a machine, winnowing machine. So I told you how it was being carried out in olden times, but now for everything we have machine. Even winnowing also can be done with machine. You need to fill in that funnel shaped part on the top, there you will fill the threshed grains and it will come out through that outlet free of all these husk and straw particles. Okay children, so once again I will repeat threshing and winnowing. So in threshing, it's a process of separating seed grains from the stalk. Process of separating seed grains from the stalk. Note it down, underline it, okay? Separating seed grains from the stalk. And it is done, or threshing is followed by winnowing. Once threshing is completed, the farmers go for winnowing. So you can see a lady carrying out winnowing, where I told you she'll be standing on a raised platform. She'll be pouring out the threshed grains, and in the threshed grains there'll be some lighter husk and straw particles. Being very light in weight, once she pour it down, because of the wind or air circulation, it will move away, fly away and get settled far at a far place. Whereas the seed grains being heavy will be settling closer to the lady. And now winnowing can be done even with the help of a machine, and the picture of the machine I showed you. And winnowing is defined as the process of separating the lighter husk and straw particles from the grains. Clear children? Is this much clear to you? Yes. So the difference between threshing and winnowing, once again I will tell you. Once harvesting is completed, we need to carry out, the farmers need to carry out threshing and winnowing. In threshing, what is being removed? The seed grains are separated from the stalk. Okay. Once that is completed, next step is winnowing. Even after threshing, the grains will have the lighter husk and straw particles that need to be separated. Only then these grains can be marketed. So, separating the lighter husk and straw particles is known as winnowing. Any doubt you have, children? Do you have any doubt? No. Okay. Isha Fatima, tell me what is harvesting?
Ma'am, the process of cutting the matured crop
is known as harvesting. So I mentioned about 3 equipments for carrying out this method, that is harvesting. To carry out harvesting, we can go for 3 methods, so 3 devices. Which are those 3? Lakshmi? Lakshmi?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you carry out harvesting?
Ma'am, harvesting can be done manually by a sickle.
Okay, wait. Okay, first point. I wanted Lakshmi CV to say the answer. Okay, first point is correct. I was looking at you and your lips are not moving, but I'm getting the answer. Okay, thank you, Lakshmi. Answer was correct. Okay, next 2 points, Lakshmi. CV?
I'm using a harvester.
Using a harvester. Then
A combine.
Combine will do which all activities?
Harvesting and threshing.
Okay, good. So what is threshing? Nivedya, what is threshing?
Ma'am, the process of separating seed grains from the stalk is called threshing.
Threshing. Okay, what is winnowing? Winnowing. Benedict, what is winnowing? I can't hear you, child. Pardon?
Winnowing is the process by which the lighter husk or straw are separated from the grains.
Okay. So how can we carry out winnowing? I told you two methods. Pooja, with whom you were talking? Okay, tell me one method of carrying out winnowing. With whom you were talking? Is there? Who was there?
Winnowing is the process by which the husk.
No, this is what I said. I didn't ask what is winnowing. How to carry out winnowing?
Ma'am, winnowing is olden times it was done by one lady will pour the grain. So
She will stand on a raised platform then.
And the other particles will fly and go.
Why those particles are flying and going? What is the reason?
Because they are lighter and
okay.
are heavier. And the new method is through the machine.
Okay, good. In between, some distraction was there, no, Pooja? Okay. Anyways, you managed. Okay, let us continue, children. Now, the next one is about storage. The farmer is carrying out all the steps we listed from the beginning, like starting from preparing the soil, irrigation, adding manure, protection from weeds, harvesting, everything. He's doing it perfectly. But if he fails to store it properly, then he will land in complete failure, crop failure, because even if he got a good yield, very good yield after carrying out all these steps, but if he fails to store it properly, it can be eaten away, it can be spoiled by different microbes. Children, please mute your microphone. Please mute your microphone. Children. Yes, okay. So if he is not storing it properly, it can get damaged by microorganisms, insects, rats, or even it can get spoiled by excess amount of moisture. So storage is also a very, very important step in farming or agriculture. So while storing the harvested grains, because these grains are not going to be used immediately, it has to be stored for a longer time. So he has to take care that all these grains are protected from moisture, rats, insects, and different types of microbes. So the different factors, one is moisture, as you can see in the figure, then the different rodents, insects, and different microbes. So all these can spoil the grains and can result in heavy loss for the farmer. I'll show you the factors leading to the spoilage of grains while being stored. Microorganisms, insects, rodents like rats, and also moisture. Moisture, rats, insects, and microorganisms. So these are different factors that will lead to storage losses of grains. Now, what is to be done? What all things should be done if we need to store these grains properly and protect it from all these factors we listed now? The farmer, he has to dry them properly under the sun. Very important point. So you can see the farmers spreading the grains under the sun, so that, because the reason is the freshly harvested grains will have so much of moisture content. I'll repeat, the freshly harvested grains will have so much moisture content. So it's very essential that they spread them under the sun and dry it. Okay. So if the less amount of moisture is there, this can reduce the attack by insect pests, bacteria, and fungi. The more the amount of moisture, the more they are prone to damage and spoilage. But if you try to reduce the moisture, that is why what these farmers are doing, they're spreading it on a large area under the sun and they get dried up properly. Then they wait it to get cooled and they'll be stored. Is it clear, children? And one example I'll tell you to understand the role of moisture in making the thing spoiled. See, at home, your mother is preparing chicken fry and chicken curry. Hope you're listening. Are you listening?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Your mom is preparing chicken curry and chicken fry, and she forgot to keep it inside the fridge. Whatever was left over, she forgot to keep inside the fridge. Okay. Just imagine that it was summer season, and she remembered it by 11 o'clock in the morning. So which one, these food items will get spoiled or not, and which one will get spoiled faster? Who will tell me the answer? Advait Murali. You got my question? You understood my question? Advait? Did you understand my question? Advait, please respond. Did you understand? Unmute and speak, Advait. What happened to Advait? Advait, you use your chat box if you have any difficulty. Please use your chat box if you're finding it difficult. Sridev, tell me, did you understand my question? Sridev.
Yes, ma'am.
You understood my question. My question is, if chicken fry or any fried item and a gravy, a curry item was there, and your mom forgot to keep inside the fridge, and the next day, which item will get spoiled and why?
Ma'am,
Never checked.
In the winter season, it will
Let
not
it
get
be any
spoiled.
season. And I'm not saying, I said no in the beginning, it's a summer season.
Summer season, it will get spoiled.
Which one? My question is, out of this, which one will get spoiled faster? Is it fried item or the one with gravy? Anybody knows the answer? Anybody? Yes. Yes, Lakshmi. One at a time. One at a time. Lakshmi?
Ma'am, the curry, because it's made of water. It's having water, so it will have moisture.
Content is more. When you fry something in the oil, all the moisture content is removed. So it will remain fresh it doesn't mean that it will remain like that for weeks. Okay, but when compared to the gravy, it will remain a little longer time, longer time it will last. Sridev, did you understand the point? Now you put it in your own words. I want to hear in your own words.
In gravy, there is moisture content, so it will be damaged very
But
fast.
in fried item,
there is less moisture because we are frying it in
yes. So the more the moisture, the more it will be prone to all these spoilage by microorganisms, okay, fungi or other different microbes. Clear, children? So we learned about storage. So once the grains are harvested, it should be properly stored. So upon storing, what is the step? What is the first step farmers have to carry out before storing? Abid?
Yes, ma'am.
After harvesting and before storing, what the farmers have to carry out? What they have to do? I showed you a picture. Did you notice the picture? Two farmers were doing something. Who can help him? Isha, Abid, listen to her answer. I'll come back to you. Isha?
Yes, ma'am.
You noticed it? You saw the picture?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What the farmers were doing?
Ma'am, they were drying the grains under the sun.
Why it is necessary, Isha? Why we should dry them?
To remove the moisture.
Very good. To remove the moisture, the farmers were drying the grains under the sun. Lesser the moisture, lesser will be the attack by microbes and other organisms. Abid, you got the point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, then repeat it.
The farmers were.
What they have to do?
They were drying the crop
grains. Where? How they were drying? Under fan? Under the sun. What for?
To prevent the attack from microbes.
Okay, okay. Why when he is drying, when the farmer is drying, what content is getting reduced in the grains?
Moisture.
Yes, good. What time is the time to wind up, children? 4:20? 4:20. Okay, it's time then. So we'll continue in next class. Any doubts you have?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Clear? What happened to Advaita? You came back. What happened to you? Connection problem was there?
Yes.
Connection problem was there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you understood the last point I said, Advait?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me why the farmers are drying the grains under the sun?
To protect from insects.
Huh? When the farmers, louder.
From moisture.
Protecting from moisture or to reduce moisture?
To reduce moisture.
Reduce moisture to prevent the attack by microbes, and they won't get that easily spoiled. Okay, so we'll wind up. See you next class. Thank you, children.
Thank you, ma'am.